In certain regions of Brazil, when the night becomes too still and the air feels heavier than it should, people do not look up at the sky. They look toward the ground, because sometimes a thin line of fire begins moving between the trees, not spreading wildly, not consuming everything, just moving, slowly. And if you see it, it may already have seen you. They call it Boitatá. The name Boitatá comes from ancient indigenous languages of Brazil. It is often translated as the fiery serpent, but the translation does not fully explain what it represents. Because Boitatá is not simply a creature made of flames, it is a presence, a force tied to the forest itself. For centuries, tribes across Brazil described the glowing serpent that appeared only at night, sometimes small as a torchlight, sometimes stretching longer than a riverbank, its body made entirely of fire. Yet it does not behave like ordinary fire. It does not spread randomly, it chooses its path. One of the oldest versions about this legend speaks of a time when darkness covered the land. The sun vanished, animals wandered blindly, humans hid in fear. And during that endless night, a great serpent survived by feeding on the only light that remained, the eyes of the dead. The eyes were said to hold the last reflection of sunlight. As the serpent consumed them, something changed. Its body began to glow from within, not like flame touching its skin, but like fire replacing its blood. When the sun finally returned to the sky, the serpent did not fade to the woods. It remained, now carrying light inside itself and watching among the forest. In most versions of the legend, Boitatá is not evil. It protects the woods. It punishes those who harm the land without respecting it. Those who burn forests carelessly. Those who destroy habitats for greed. Before a suspicious wildfire begins, people sometimes report unusual signs. Animals flee earlier than expected. The wind changes direction abruptly, and at night a faint glow moves silently at the edge of the trees, not approaching, not retreating, but observing. This is what makes the legend unsettling. Boitatá does not attack immediately. It does not rush in anger. It does not act without certainty. It watches first. It measures. It waits for intent to become action. And only when destruction is unavoidable does the fire begin. In rural areas of Brazil, especially near wetlands and dense forest regions, reports about a strange light among the woods still surface. Witnesses describe moving flames that do not spread outward. They glide across the ground in controlled lines. Some scientists explain these sightings as swamp gas igniting into those flames or natural phosphorescent reactions, becoming strong lights in the woods, but explanations do not erase experiences. Because many witnesses say the light reacts. It changes direction when followed. It pauses when observed. And sometimes it circles the very land that will later burn into ashes. In certain cases, when Boitatá burns something, the damage is strangely selective. Entire sections of forest remain untouched, yet specific areas are reduced into burned soil, almost as if the fire knew where to stop. Farmers have described fires that moved against the wind. Hunters have spoken of controlled flames that surrounded illegal camps but did not spread beyond them. Whether it's a coincidence or something older, the pattern repeats itself. Anthropologists often interpret Boitata as a cultural symbol, a myth designed to discourage environmental destruction long before laws existed. And perhaps that is true, but symbols usually fade over time. Boitata has not. The description remains consistent across regions separated by great distances. A serpent bright as fire, a moving glow as if the sunset was alive, a guardian that punishes those who dare to destroy the environment, and a watcher that judges those same criminals if they must pay with their own lives. There is a lesser-known variation of the legend. In this version, Boitata does not always appear as a serpent. Sometimes it appears only as two burning points glowing in the dark. Two steady lights, not flickering, neither blinking, and if you stare long enough, you begin to see the outline forming around them, and by then, it has already judged you. Wildfires still rage all across the world, some caused by nature itself, and other ones caused by negligence. And sometimes, witnesses claim certain fires behave differently, too controlled, way too precise, as if it was made intentionally. So if one night you see thin line of fire moving through the trees, do not assume it is a regular forest fire. It may be something older than the forest itself. Something patiently waiting outside. Something that remembers the pain of the forest. And something that does not forget those who injured it.